Alright guys, promised earlier I was going to go ahead and give you guys footage from my back session from earlier today. As you can tell today I decided, like, you know what, just go ahead and do it no shirt, considering it's in my basement, no one's going to see me except for people on YouTube. Not to mention I also want to get a good look at how my back looks while I'm deadlifting. So as you can see here, I decided to switch things up and actually do resistance band deadlifts. As mentioned earlier in my tutorial that I already posted, be real careful with this exercise. Don't go too heavy with either the bands or the plates, and make sure your form is on point. And actually make sure your form is on point when you're even trying this exercise. So as you can see, I made sure I kept my back in alignment while doing this, because this is definitely you don't want to mess up, especially with all the belts. Yeah, as an FYI, I actually do have approximately 90 pounds of resistance coming from my bands. So I went from 225 plus 90 and now 315 plus 90. So that 315 actually felt like 405, and I'm not lying. So at that point, I decided to add 25s on each side and it sets of 3. And of course, in this set, I said, you know, let me switch it up, just so you guys can get an idea that, yeah, when you're doing deadlifts, you are working your core. You can see my ass popping up right there, as well as my pecs while doing this. So yeah, this is a full body exercise. You're not just working your hamstrings, you're not just working your back, you're pretty much working everything. You can even see my biceps popping up as well. Alright, and of course this one, my last heavy set, I want to make sure I get a good view of my back. And the good news is, everything looks like it's intact, so no complaints. Okay, at this point I decided to go ahead and switch it up and now go more for my quadriceps. So as you can see here, I'm now hitting up the hack squats. And to keep everything balanced, I decided to superset and kind of trick the body by doing hack squats, superset it with sumo deadlifts to kind of go back to the hamstrings. And basically kind of keep everything balanced out. So as you know, with conventional deadlifts, you got the hands spread wide out. Well, of course, you're about to see in a few seconds when I go to sumos, my hands are going to be real close together and my feet are going to be real wide. And this is basically to kind of keep pretty much open the hips up while I'm doing the deadlifts, so you don't end up with tight hips from doing these constantly, because that's something you don't want to happen. So it is a good idea to kind of switch your grip up on these to give your hips a rest and actually train them in different ways. And also make sure when you pick the bar up, you're even while you're picking it up, because you can see here, half the time on my first rep, I'm kind of a little lopsided, but of course, I have enough to kind of put the bar down and then realign myself. And you'll see this in a few seconds, like right here. Yeah, it was off a little bit, so took a breather, realigned myself, had my hands a little too close, so I spread them just a little bit, bam! Now it's coming up like butter. Even though I end up doing this for like 3 sets with the same amount of weight, I decided to go ahead and do another set in this video to show you guys what it looks like from a different angle. And as you can see, even more so with the hack squat, your pecs do come into play a little bit more. Know a little bit more of the upper back, so I'll try to start off with some bent-over rows. Note that a quick warm set with 135, and of course from there, jumped up to 205 and did 205 for a few reps for 3 sets. I tried to go for like 5 to 8 reps. And after I did my 3 sets of 5 to 8, went ahead, dropped it back down to 135 and did 1 set of 135 again, this time reverse grip until failure. And of course, once I was done with the barbell, I decided to go ahead and grab my resistance bands. There's a lot of people in my group X class right now that want to know how to do the actual exercise correctly with resistance bands. I'm now showing you guys myself doing resistance band, bent over rows from different angles, just so you get an idea of how it's supposed to look. And unfortunately, as you guys can tell, as I'm doing these, eventually I get tired and my form kind of goes out the window. So basically, I decided to kind of go 360 route, just do as many of these as I can, 10 reps, you know, all over the place until I just can't do it anymore. And for those that want to say, well, you know, get different resistance bands, you can see just from looking at this video that, yeah, resistance bands will burn you out, even your larger muscles. So after doing that, took a quick breather, and of course set up my adjustable dumbbell, which is basically a short bar with a plate, and then add some change. And pretty much play around with resistance of me doing the back rolls, of the resistance going up and down as I move the weight. And because I know a lot of people ask, what's the advantage behind the chains? So I'll reiterate one more time. I'm basically using chains in this exercise, so resistance goes up, increases as I move the weight up. So in other words, instead of just being a regular 55 pounder that I'm pulling, it's 55 pounds from the bottom, and then it's approximately, this is 30 pounds combined. It's basically 85 pound dumbbell by the time I get up there. So it goes 55 to 85 with this exercise. And of course, after I was on my work set, I then slapped pretty much 2 25s on each side of that bar. So that was 100 pounds plus 5 pounds of the bar itself, plus the 15 pounds of each chain. So that's 30 plus 105, 135 pounds. Variable. So basically done from 105 to 135. And yeah, I didn't feel like cutting too much out of the video to show you guys what it's basically like. So right now, I'm basically moving the chains around, getting the dumbbell situated. So you can't say, man, you took a super long break in between sets. Dude, basically what you're seeing here is what you get. So no rest, except for me moving the chains around and moving the dumbbell. So once I finally got the dumbbell center, I popped back up on the bench and went back to do my set on the left side. As you'll see in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Yeah, I know I could have probably a short break, but whatever. Okay, so after I got done doing that, I decided to get my low back a rest. And from there, moved on to pull-ups. So pull-ups, I decided to kind of do reverse drop set. So basically, I started with just my body weight, then did a set with a 25 on a weight belt, and then a set with a 45 on the weight belt. Then dropped it back down to 25, and this is my body weight. So you just see the progression of me going from body weight to 25 pounder to a 45 pounder, and then decided to show you not to show you the other reps. The other sets, because what's the point? Because then the video will definitely get too long. It's already long enough as it is, as I'm editing this. Okay, once I got tired of doing pull-ups, I decided to go ahead and do a superset. So now I got the suspension trainer. As you guys see now, I'm doing body weight body rolls. And like people saying, well, what's that doing? Look at the video. You can see my lats being worked right now. If you tell me my lats are not being activated, you are blind. So I go from that and boom, go straight into rear delt flies with a suspension trainer. As you can tell, a little bit more back is getting done in here, but that's kind of the point. So basically I'm trying to hit my upper back as well as my rear delts with most of my rear delts. And you can definitely see those muscles being worked. So once I got done with that, I kept the suspension trainer up down there to kind of work with my biceps. So yeah, I decided to do the single arm bicep curls with suspension trainer. Yeah, it's not that much resistance, but I do a few of them for a number of reps. You will get a nice pump in your biceps. Okay, now the biceps are all nice and warm. I decided to go ahead and do 3 sets of barbell bicep curls in the curl rack. I mean the power rack slash squat rack. But I'm like this, you know what? Yeah, I know people say, why are you doing curls in the squat rack? It's my house, it's my power rack, therefore I'll do what I want to do. So at that point I said, you know, I've done enough free weight exercise, so I didn't say go to bands. So now I'm doing alternating bicep curls, resistance bands. So as you can see, those of you guys that Battlez, I started with the purple ones, and I actually moved up to the purple and the red one to give me a little bit more resistance. And people say, well, we're not getting resistance from that. That's nothing. You're not working the muscle. Dude, the muscle's still being worked. And you can actually tell just from not just looking at my face, but actually the contractions of my biceps as the resistance is going up and down. And anybody that's taken my fitness classes before will tell you that, yeah, you do bicep curl these bands, you will feel it. So after doing that, I decided, after doing 3 sets that way, I decided to do 3 sets of reverse grip bicep curls to kind of get my forearms into play. So now that my upper body is done, I decided to go ahead, go back to the power rack, and this time do some barbell standing calf raises. And yes, I did pull my pants leg up and pull the shin guards down so you guys see my calves being worked. Because I did not feel like having people saying like, well, I can't see your calves being worked because your shin guard socks are in the way or your pants leg is in the way. So you guys see everything in full vision now. So then of course I decided to finish up my workout with some resistance band ab crunches. So basically the same thing, pretty much similar to what you would do in the gym if you're in a cross scale machine with a rope attachment. So basically I did 3 sets of this supersetting, facing the actual bands, and then of course facing away from it. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. Hope to see you guys next time. And one quick announcement. If you guys get a chance, check out Yoganic Flow for those who are interested in yoga. Other than that, peace out everybody.